The Potter's Wheel of Fate. I've always believed that creativity is the best way to find your soulmate. When I saw an ad for pottery classes called Art Clay, with the romantic description, "Find your match at the Potter's Wheel," I immediately signed up. My heart raced as I imagined meeting a talented man with clay-covered hands who would help me create a masterpiece. The studio smelled of wet clay and fresh coffee. The instructor, a young man named Dennis with curly hair and mischievous eyes, seemed like the embodiment of my creative dream. "Today we'll create a vase using Japanese pottery techniques," he announced, and his fingers skillfully shaped an elegant vessel from a formless lump. I was so nervous that my palms became sweaty. When it was my turn at the wheel, I enthusiastically dipped my hands into the clay. But in the heat of creative impulse, I mixed up the containers and used a special ceramic adhesive instead of regular clay. The first 5 minutes went perfectly. I felt the clay obediently taking shape in my hands, while Dennis stood nearby gently guiding my movements. "You're a natural talent," he said, and I bloomed from the compliment. But when I tried to remove my hands from the spinning wheel, I found they were firmly glued. Panic grew with every second. I was literally chained to the potter's wheel, which continued spinning at a hypnotic speed. At first, Dennis thought I was joking, but when he saw my horror-stricken face, he rushed to help. The next half hour resembled a scene from an absurd theater. Dennis tried to carefully separate my hands from the clay using oil, warm water, and even baby powder. The other students watched the spectacle with a mixture of sympathy and curiosity. One elderly woman even suggested calling the firefighters. Eventually, Dennis found a ceramic adhesive solvent in the storage room. The liberation took another 20 minutes, during which I managed to tell him my entire life story, from a failed school play performance to my career aspirations. He listened, periodically adding solvent, and his eyes sparkled with laughter. When I was finally free, Dennis pointed to my creation. The vase had turned into a whimsical asymmetrical shape with my fingerprints all over it. "You know," he said, "this is a true masterpiece of abstract art. Let me fire it in the kiln. It will be a memory of our adventure." That vase now sits in my home, and Dennis and I have been dating for 3 months. He jokes that I'm the only girl who literally stuck to him from the first class. And the pottery studio has a sign on the wall. "Check what clay you're using. Some materials are too sticky." Recently, Dennis confessed that he had intentionally placed the adhesive next to the regular clay that day. He was curious what would happen. "I knew right away you were special," he said, "when I saw how enthusiastically you got to work." In return, I gave him a mug I had secretly made in another class, this time making sure to use the right materials.